Okay, I started recording now. So these structures and archetypes, they are used mostly for, well, sometimes they are used for creating characters, and sometimes just for analyzing if your characters are working or not. I'll open up Google Drive, and there's the chakra. I don't know if the chakra system says anything to you, but it's a sort of way to think about your body that has been developed in India and in Tibet many centuries, or even partly many millennia ago. I put this background, this foggy landscape here, because all of these concepts are a little bit foggy. They are not in any sort of science. So it's just as a help for creating different kinds of characters and thinking about characters. And by the way, if there are people now here, if some of you is very, well, deeply Christian, or has some very deep religious convictions, and you might feel a little bit well, offended by what I'm going to tell. So just then just you don't need to listen to this, of course. It's up to you. I'm saying this because a couple of years ago, when I was explaining this to a class, this chakra system, one student said that she was feeling ill, and she had to go because she couldn't listen to these things. So you have been warned. Okay, and here is one, I think, image from Tibet about the chakra points of the body. This has 5 points. So, like I said, it's not actually a science. It has there are several different ways of looking at these, just like there are several different ways of thinking about archetypes. These are so not all of this text is by me. I have the ones that are in red are by this person called Maya Mendoza. And then the tips for using the chakras as a writer's tool, they are, well, mostly from me. And so you don't need to believe in this system that these chakras are part of the body in order to use them as an inspiration for characters. That's one of my points here that I'm making. So I'm not sure if I believe in the chakra system as such myself. I'm just using it for storytelling purposes. So depending on how you want to see the chakras, well, we'll start from the bottom, or from the root chakra. And if you think about your own body, you can, for instance, stand up, and then I'll do it myself now, and then feel your feet on the ground, like how your feet are there and they are keeping you up. So that's the root chakra, and the base. So it's connected to the desire of survival, and it's always earthly. So there's more than the legs and feet. There's also bones and the intestine and so on, the adrenal glands. So there's also the fight and flight response. And of course, there's also a negative side to it, or the blockage side, where you have paranoia and fear and defensiveness, things like that. And if you think of any catastrophe movies, they are based on this basic survival instinct. And so everybody has it, but some people have it more than others. So this might also help when you think about the world that you're creating for the main task. Like, is your world on the brink of a catastrophe or experiencing a catastrophe where your characters have to react to it? Or you could think about your characters. Maybe one of them is a person who has this very strong instinct of survival that wins everything else in their personality. Maybe they have experienced something, some dire circumstances when they were little, which made them that way. Or maybe they just are that way without any explanation. And yes, most video games also are based on this base or root chakra. That very often, when you play a video game, there are lots of enemies that you have to somehow overcome, either by killing them or by hiding from them. You have to react in order to stay alive. Then the second one goes a little bit higher up. It's called the sacral. There are other names for it, but I'm not going to. I didn't want to put any words in any ancient languages here, as I think most of us are not very good with Sanskrit. Mine is very rusty, I know that. Okay, so now we go straight to the sexual organs. So to the lower abdomen and reproductive organs in general, not just sex, but also reproduction and emotions like desire and pleasure, create also creativity in a sense. So, and also here's the negative side that you can use for a character, like compulsive behavior, sexual guilt. So these are strong things in character design and great motivators, because when you are creating characters, they need to stay motivated in whatever they do. If they are not motivated, then you don't have a story, because your character won't actually do anything. Well, you might have a novel, yes, but usually it doesn't work well with in a movie or series setting or a video game if your character doesn't do anything, or if they don't have any reason to do anything. Last time I asked you about the sexuality of characters, so, and reminded that it is a powerful thing that you should neither deny nor use in the wrong sense. So of course, love and lust, they are like these basic things that keep people going, and also motivators for stories. So okay, the sacral chakra was that. Then there's the solar plexus, which, well, it's maybe easier to remember that it's the navel. In Finnish, I think it's the solar plexus is pallea it's where you get your hiccups. But anyway, this is more about the digestive system and the pancreas and so on. So this is for strong emotions in general, and also, well, I say it's also about how would I say, protecting your loved ones. Like you have this also has to do with family. But anyway, there are so these kinds of solar plexus people who are very ambitious to become great or eager to be admired by others. That can be also great weakness, and that it has been used in many stories where you have people who want to get from rags to riches, or in criminal dramas, these kinds of characters are great. Then you have the heart chakra. Well, the heart is the heart. So there's a lot of things that are said about it. Well, here we have the unconditional love towards family members, and love for your country, or love for your group. And of course that can also have a negative side, that you're defending only your family and nobody else. But yes, then also there's the sociopaths who don't feel any love for anybody. Then we go upwards to the throat. So we talk, our language goes through the throat to the mouth, of course. So there's communication is one of the areas here in this chakra. So it's for people who are good at speaking. It's also for music, singing, writing, politicians, all kinds of ideas that you communicate to other people, and more or less the things that you are now studying. Of course, we are in the area of the throat in that sense. So there's also the negative side, where others are lured to follow these throaty people, or people who are dishonest and lying. So then up we go to the third eye, and before this sounds really strange, it's also called the brow or the eyebrow chakra. So they say, well, I've read some articles about the third eye, and some animals actually do have a third eye, and it's kind of called the third eye, but it also has another more medical or biological name. Human beings have like some remains of it. It's part of our brain somehow. Don't remember now what it was called. But in the spiritual sense, the third eye is something where you have inner vision, like intuition and wisdom, like in the Black Dog animation, maybe the scroll that the main character got towards the end was a kind of intuition of wisdom. So I'm thinking in fiction, this might be also for cult leaders, this chakra, or supervillains. So if one person has a very strong inner vision, it can be used for good things or for bad things. And the inner vision can actually be very wrong for millions of other people. As well, we can see that in many films and well, history that concerns the Second World War, like what went wrong with Germany and many other countries at that time in the world. So okay, saving the world or saving humanity or whatever they want to save, but it can be also a great danger. Like I'm sure that Darth Vader has a great inner vision that he wants to follow. Then this is the last chakra in this show. So it's called the crown. Interestingly enough, there's also a series called The Crown right now, but it doesn't have much to do with the crown chakra, the series. At least I don't think so myself. Anyway, the crown is at the top of your head in the chakra system, and there's information and acceptance, bliss, and connection to God, or the connection to the universe in general. And if you have characters that are like almost like saints, then this is the leading chakra for them. I'm thinking of Aang from the Avatar series. I mean the animated series. But he had enough of like this human-like personality that he was not all well. He was also concerned about people and the situation of the world. So maybe Aang is really as a character a mix of the crown chakra and the brow chakra. So yeah, if you have this kind of saint, then they might not be active characters. So you need to make them active in some way, or have them as side characters.